everyone, it's Melodies with Melody. I'm DJ Melody. Happy Friday!
Happy Friday, people!
Woo! Um, I got a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. I'm really excited. It's spring break. It's the last day. Woo!
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start us off with some Fleetwood Mac. Good Friday morning, you guys. You're listening to Melodies with Melody. I hope y'all are just as excited as I am because it's finally spring break. Yeah. I mean, this week has been so long with all the midterms. I mean, I got lucky. I didn't have to take that many, but I know everyone is out here struggling. But we pulled through. I'm going to be playing more upbeat and like beachy music today. Sorry about Zombie by the Cranberries. I was just in a mood, you know. But so for this week's thrift update, I didn't really get to go thrifting, but last week I did forget to mention that I found this place that has really, really cool VHS tapes.
No way.
Yeah, real cool VHS tapes. They had a bunch of like classic horror movies, and I ended up buying The Silence of the Lambs. You know, I mentioned last week that I really didn't like that many movies, but out of all the ones that I've watched and actually enjoyed, Silence of the Lambs has to be my favorite scary movie by far. So I had to get that. I'm going to have to gatekeep where I found all these tapes. Usually I would tell you guys because, you know, I love sharing everything. I don't really like keeping secrets or gatekeeping. Like, you know, I'm the kind of person, if I like something, I'm going to show it off to everyone. I'm going to force you to listen to whatever song I like. But I'm going to have to gatekeep this one just because I do plan on going back and buying more later. And I don't want them to be gone by the time I go back. But here's a little lesson for you guys. I mentioned the word gatekeep, and I know not everybody knows what that is, and it's more like lingo with Gen Z. But for those of you who do not know what gatekeep means, it's to like protect or like keep secret where you bought something from or like where you go to, where you eat, like the kind of music that you like. So, you know, like it's kind of like keeping it a secret. Like I'm not going to share my good stuff with you. But so that's like an example of gatekeeping, what I just did with the VHS tapes. I'm not going to tell you guys where I got it from. Another word that's like being used by Gen Z, our lingo, is gaslighting. Gaslighting is like a form of manipulation, like where you get someone to question their sanity. And it's crazy, but I know a lot of people do it. For example, I could tell you like, hey guys, the sky is pink today. And if you were to tell me no, I'd be like, you're crazy. The sky's pink. What do you mean you're crazy? Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed that little vocabulary lesson on gatekeeping and gaslighting. So go out, use the new words that I just taught you, and have fun. All right, here's Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Blade and Echo 2K. Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm getting a lot of feedback and comments. Don't forget, if you're listening through the app, you can leave little comments. There should be like a little button. It looks like a little speech bubble. The more interaction I get with you guys, the better. That last song that you just heard was called Ice Blink Luck by the Cocteau Twins, which honestly, they're starting to become my favorite band, and I'll tell you why. They were a Scottish dream pop band. Dream pop just means like it has more like synths and it sounds just, you know, like dream. And they were a Scottish dream pop band. They were super influential in the UK, like around the 80s, 90s. Lately, their music has been going for another round with this generation, especially like on TikTok and Spotify. I see a lot of people use their songs for like cute little TikToks. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that's how I got into them. I discovered them through TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, their most popular songs are Heaven or Las Vegas and Cherry Colored Funk, which are the ones that I found first. And that's what got me into this whole album, and I just started digging deeper, and they're so cool. Both of these songs are so incredible, and they have like 40 million streams each on Spotify, which is a lot, you know. I think this song that I just played, though, Ice Blink Luck, is so underrated, and I think it deserves the same hype that Heaven or Las Vegas and Cherry Colored Funk have. Elizabeth Fraser, who's the lead singer, has such a unique voice. So unique. You heard it right now, right? And she's not afraid to use it. Their sound like attracted artists like Prince, who really wanted to sign them to his record label. And when asked what kind of music he liked to listen to, he said, what I like is stuff that I can't do, that I could never do, like the Cocteau Twins. I could never do that, which is incredible because that's Prince. He was so influential for us in the U.S., and for him to say that about the Cocteau Twins really means a lot. Their sound is so dreamy and synthy. Like, I don't even know how a human could come up with those noises. Another thing about the Cocteau Twins that I find like super interesting are the lyrics in their songs. If you heard right now, maybe you didn't understand the words, and that's okay because I can't either. You know, I've been a fan for like about a year or so, and I still don't know any of the words that she sings in her song, but it's for a good reason because not only does she have like a thick Scottish accent, but she also uses multiple languages in her songs. It's not just English. She uses French and I think it's Gaelic. I've never heard of that language before, but apparently what she would do was she would just go through like dictionaries of different songs, of different languages, and she would find words that sounded cool and she would just sing them. You know, she sings in words, not songs. But I think Elizabeth Fraser and the Cocteau Twins are so legendary, and more people need to know about them. And I'm lucky that I have this platform because I'm going to make y'all listen to them now. Yeah. If you have, like, extra time, I think you should definitely go check out their album, Heaven or Las Vegas, because that's the one with all the popular songs on it. And it's really listenable, too. Like, I think more people need to know about them. Up next, I have Crimson and Clover by Joan, Jett, and the Blackhearts. Hey guys, it's DJ Melody. Welcome back. That last song that I just played was Divine Hammer by The Breeders. They're a really good band too, also from the 90s. If you haven't figured out by now, I really like music from like the 80s, 90s. That song is from my favorite album called The Last Splash, and I actually have it on cassette. When it comes to like collecting CDs and cassettes and records, I'm an absolute pack rat. But
you're really OG.
Yeah, I am really OG, old
really
school.
OG.
Yeah, but to be honest, like I don't plan on ever not buying CDs. Like I think it's just a hobby that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. Like my goal is to have just a huge library of music, like physical copies of music. Downloading songs is cool, but it's not the same. Like for me and many others in the little like indie community, I guess, collecting music is really, really important. And I think it's more rewarding to like own a physical, real, like touchable copy of your favorite album. Not to mention all the cool stuff that like sometimes comes with it. Because sometimes you get like a cool like little pamphlet and it has the whole photo shoot that the band or artist did, and you don't always find that like on the internet. And sometimes you get like a cool poster, you get like the lyrics on like a little pamphlet, and that's just something that I've learned like throughout all my years and my experience of collecting CDs and stuff. I started out like in middle school. I used to collect CDs of Fall Out Boy and My Chemical Romance and Panic at the Disco and Pierce the... Like I have everyone's whole discography like in my parents' room at my old house, and I'm still collecting. Like that evolved into me buying just like a cheap little record player like in 9th grade and just going thrifting for random vinyls and stuff. The thing with that is that you don't really know what the song or like the album sounds like inside, and you just got to go based off looks, and I think that's really, really fun and cool because you never know what you're gonna get. But flash forward to me now, I recently started collecting cassettes and stuff, and that is a little bit more difficult to find because I guess they're not back in trend yet, so they're not really being mass produced. And for those, you gotta really like look hard, and you gotta go to like eBay and like fight literal strangers online, like with bidding wars, and it's really complicated. But I think it's all worth it in the end. The cooler the collection, the cooler the owner. And I always see people like on TikTok flaunting like their whole like vinyl collection and showing off their music taste, and everyone's like, whoa, that's so cool. And I think that's just like a really big part of, being alternative, indie, whatever you want to call it, if you even want to call it that. Some people just prefer it like not have a label at all. But that's the easiest way I can like explain it to my listeners who don't really know, or you might know, but for those of you who don't really know. But yeah, and it's kind of embarrassing how much time and money I've put into this because, okay, let's see, I have like 60 CDs, I have like 40 vinyls, I have like 15 cassette tapes, and like those are average at about like, I guess, $10 each. So you can do the math.
Here comes the money.
Yeah. And you can figure out how much I've spent. Maybe I would have had like a nice house by now if I didn't have such an expensive hobby.
Yeah, this is expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive. But I think it's a really cool way. Also, a lot of people like don't talk about this, but it's really like a cool way to bring generations together. You know, like you borrow CDs from your mom and dad, you like get vinyls from like the elderly people, like maybe your grandma or grandpa, or like antique shops, like they have some. I remember I had this really cool conversation with this elderly lady at a antique store about Alanis Morissette, who I love so much. But yeah, I think it's a really cool hobby. Coming up next, I have Give It Away by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Hey everyone, that was Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. That used to be one of my favorite songs when I was a little girl, and I remember watching the music video where she gets carried away by a big guy, and that kind of used to scare me. The way Cyndi Lauper used to look kind of scared me too, just because of the hair. Like it's nothing even valid. I was just like a little 3-year-old scared of her orange hair, and now I think it's really cool. But last week, after the show, I went to the rec center to go visit my dear friend Ariel. I think she's listening right now. Shout out to Ariel. I love her so much. But she works at the rock wall with a bunch of other cool people, and it's basically just like rock climbing indoors. And it's really cool. It's the rock wall itself is actually like huge. It's like, I don't know, like 20 feet tall. And basically she put like a little harness on me and a little helmet, and I was only able to climb up like 6 feet, which isn't that much, but it was really, really hard, you guys. I have like no upper body strength at all. Like they held me up like a little piñata or something on a string, on a rope, and it was really fun. But
For the candy.
yeah, I didn't have any candy inside me. Sorry, guys. It wasn't that uncomfortable though, and I would definitely recommend going if you're looking for something to do around campus. It was really, really fun. Everyone's super cool. And also last week, what I did, I watched Juno for the very first time, which is like a staple like indie movie, I guess. You know, it has Michael Cera, it has Elliot Page. It's really, really cute. I'm going to talk about it. Sorry if there's spoilers, but that movie's been out for like more than 10 years now. If you haven't seen it by now, oh well. But I had never seen it, and it was really, really good. I liked like the way, I guess, what's it called? Cinematography. The way the scenes were shot, the colors. And the soundtrack was also really, really good. Like I had unknowingly been listening to the Juno soundtrack for a really, really long time. There was cool songs, and Michael Cera, he also like makes music, and I was surprised one of his songs didn't come out in the movie. I know, like I would have figured because he makes music that has like the same vibe that the movie was going for. But yeah, watching Elliot Page in the movie was really fun. It was really like she tries to be relatable, I guess. It's like a little quirky attitude, you know. She's a pregnant teenager, and she's got all the attitude in the world. But it was a really good movie. I can't believe I hadn't watched it. Another movie that I haven't seen was The Goonies. We were talking about it right now because Jerry keeps comparing me to like movie characters. Like he called me Daphne from Scooby-Doo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, she is.
I don't really know how. How do you see that?
It's just because of your hair.
Because my hair, I guess.
Just everything.
It's
You're like,
it's kind of like orange, I guess.
No.
What was the girl's name from The Goonies that you were comparing me to?
she's just a popular girl. I don't know her
The
name.
popular girl. We don't know her name. The popular girl. I don't know. I guess I could see like the hair. I get the hair because I have like kind of wavy hair and my bangs, and I like bump my bangs with the little straightener every day, which probably isn't good for me, you guys. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Yeah, and I see it, but I had never really watched The Goonies. Like they always show it on TV. I've seen clips of it every now and then, and I never was able to finish it. But it's really cool, I guess. I love being, I don't know, it sounds kind of selfish, but I love like seeing who I'm like, and like I always take quizzes online, like which character would you be, or like there's this website going around where you like put a picture of your face and it tells you like what kind of face you have. Like it tells you cute little bunny face or like seductress face or something, and I've been meaning to try it, but I don't know. I don't really trust that website because you're basically nowadays, I see it, yeah.
Yeah, you are definitely.
Yeah, Daphne. But I don't know. I feel like nowadays technology is getting kind of scary. Everybody just puts their whole life online. And I don't blame them because sometimes it's really easy to fall for the tricks. But I've seen that trend also, like where you show your face and it tells you what kind of face you have. And then also there was this trend where you show like your hairline, like your scalp. And it's basically like you just put the camera over your head and see like what kind of scalp you have or like if your hair is all weird. And I don't really get that one either. But it's basically you guys are giving your whole face away. You're giving a whole face scan. But
That's how weird the internet is.
I know TikTok, like there's so many pointless trends nowadays. And there was one where you even scan your cornea, your eye. You show your eye on TikTok. And it's just like that's biometrics, I think they call it. Like, you know, like the Apple face scan, like where they recognize your face. And I'm not trying to spread any like weird conspiracy theories or anything, but come on, you guys, do better. Internet safety. Remember what they taught us like in first grade. Up next, I have Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Hey everyone, it's DJ Melody. You just heard Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. If you didn't know that, I don't know what to tell you because that's like the most famous song ever in the world, I think. Spring break is here.
Woohoo!
Yeah, and I know everyone's gonna party like there's no tomorrow, but please, you guys, please be safe. If you're listening, don't do anything stupid.
Nope.
Don't be stupid.
No.
I'm probably gonna go to the beach, to the livestock show,
Woohoo!
and then the rest of the days I'm just gonna sleep.
Oh.
So I hope, I hope everyone has a really, really good time out there. Please make it back to school safely.
Yeah.
The week after next week, right? And then I think we only have 4 weeks of school after that, I believe, and then summer, and we're almost there, you guys. We got it. But that's all I have for my show today. Please be safe. Love you guys. Here's Buddy Holly by Weezer.